This is your boy DJ Akademiks, and check this out, man, because if you guys don't know, we have to point out a obvious difference. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a difference between doing an interview at a radio station as opposed to doing an interview at a magazine. Now, you might be wondering, why every time when somebody does an interview in like a magazine, Billboard magazine, Rolling Stones, they do it with Vibe or something like that, there's always some outlandish statements that you've never heard before. Now, there's a huge difference, and we got to point out, right? Remember with Tyga and Drake, he criticized Drake and Nicki. We never heard him talk about Drake and Nicki in the past, right? He did it in a magazine. Remember Future? He was going on tour with Drake. He made comments in a magazine talking about he don't think Drake music goes that hard. We've seen countless amount of times where rappers or even musicians talk to magazines and we hear shit we've never heard before. Now, you're probably wondering why. Like, yo, are they making this shit up? Now, more than likely not. Maybe they take it a little bit out of context when they print it, but this is what happens. When you go to a radio interview, they got fucking cameras on you, bright lights, they got mics all up in your fucking face, your publicist is sitting there just looking at you, giving you fucking hand signals like you're playing baseball. Don't answer this. No, do a fucking cross, all type of bullshit. When you're doing a magazine, when they're doing a featured story on you, you probably sit down with the writer or interviewer for like 4 to 5 hours. Your fucking publicist isn't really around, and to keep it real, it's hard to keep up your guard for that long. There's no cameras all up in your face. There's probably a little recorder in the room because you're not going to put out an audio version of it, and you're just talking. So at certain points, you give some real true feelings. You give your true opinion. At certain points, some people's name might come up and you might be like, instead of kind of dancing around it, you might just say, man, fuck that person. Now, Kid Rock, and if you guys don't know Kid Rock, he's a legendary musician. He actually did an interview with Rolling Stones. Now, he fucked all the way up because he made a statement about Beyonce, and of course, the Beehive has been terrorizing this fool ever since. Now, they took to his Instagram after his comments, and we're going to get into his comments, and they're basically just commenting with a bunch of bees emoji constantly, and they're just going in on him. Now, this is what he said, because he was pretty much talking freely, and he was talking about shit he's into and shit he's not, and shit he just doesn't get. So he said this, man. He said, listen, keep it real. He doesn't like mainstream U.S. festivals. He doesn't even like playing in Europe. He says he doesn't even understand shit like how many people worship Beyonce, which is pretty much the Beehive, right? Kanye's the leader of that, right? Now, this is what he said, word for word. He says, Beyonce, to me, doesn't have a fucking purple rain, but she's the biggest thing on earth. How could you be that big without at least one Sweet Home Alabama or old time rock and roll? People are like, Beyonce's hot, got a nice fucking ass. I'm like, cool. I like skinny white girls with big tits. Doesn't really fucking do much for me. Now, here's the thing, because people took that as that, yo, you're dissing Beyonce, man. People have been going in on him ever since. Now, let's clear up and at least clarify what he's saying before we dissect it. Now, what he's really saying, he's not saying Beyonce don't have no hits. What he's really saying is that, to him, Beyonce doesn't have timeless hits, doesn't have a Sweet Home Alabama that could transcend generations, and even though that came out decades ago, it would be still played now by certain groups of people. Now, he's saying that Beyonce's making good music, but the shit won't be played like 30, 40 years from now. Now, this is my problem with that, because I'm not sure if it will or it won't. I mean, who knows? Maybe in 30 years, people really will be shaking their fucking ass doing line dances to single ladies, right? Maybe when that fucking when that comes on in about 60 years, maybe the new young thoughts then are really popping that pussy. I don't know. We never know. I mean, you gotta imagine, right? When any legendary song dropped, nobody instantly knew that, yo, it will last the test of time. 50 years from now, people will be playing it. It really goes with how the generation grows, how the artist grows. And sometimes most artists, and which I think will be Beyonce, even though she gets a lot of love while she's alive, she'll be even more adored when she's not in music, when she's not putting out music constantly, or even if, God forbid, she passed away. So we can't say her music isn't timeless. Now, I get it from not Chris Rock, Kid Rock. He's probably frustrated. He probably looking like, yo, why the fuck is everybody just on Beyonce's fucking cock? Why everybody just really standing her like that? Because the Beehive goes fucking hard, man. I think they destroyed a couple careers. Sierra, Carrie Hilson. Who else tried to come at fucking King B or King Bay? Whoever else. They just got murked, man. And all I'm going to say is that he has a point. At least right now, I don't see maybe single ladies, right? Even Love on Top, I think that has the potential to be like a song that could really last, maybe be played at cookouts 20 years from now, but you don't know. Beyonce, to really everybody, she's still in the prime of her career. The thing with Beyonce, she went up, and we're still waiting for that coming down period that we could be like, damn, man, Beyonce fell the fuck off. But remember these songs? Because she's still putting out good shit to me. I mean, I love that 7-Eleven joint. To keep it real, that's one of my favorite joints up-tempo of hers I like since she put out Single Ladies and Get Me Body, which I think Get Me Body is a line dance. It's going to be a line dance classic in the future. So pretty much that's what he said, but people took to his Twitter. They're going in on him. I mean, I give him credit because the thing is, a lot of people don't want these rappers or even musicians to talk organically, to talk real. That's why they talk so filtered. That's why they're so fake. He's talking real when he said that, at least his opinion. Now, do I disagree with his opinion? Of course. I'm like, yo, listen, you got to understand, man. Listen, I'm not really into Elvis. I'm not into the fucking Beatles like that. But, yo, they put him on a fucking pedestal. I don't really know songs from them like that. But people put them on a fucking pedestal. So don't come and tear down Beyonce just because you might not understand her appeal. Right? Not because you are not ratchet, you're not into girls that got big asses or big tits and shake their ass all the time. You're probably into skinny white girls that snort coke. That's fine. But don't try to tear it down because you're not into it, right? That's like me coming out and saying, listen, man, I don't fucking listen to Taylor Swift, which is a lie because I do. Taylor Swift is fucking nice. Anyway, but that's like me saying Taylor Swift, she's fucking whack. I can't even understand why people like her. Everything isn't for everyone. And a lot of times music, it exists in the world, and we'll see what happens, man. In like 20 years, Beyonce might still be bumping, and it might not. That's just how it goes, right? So what do you guys think about this, man? Do you think, number one, the worship for Beyonce now is a little bit too much? Number two, do you think her music will last? And number three, do you think that he said this out of place of jealousy or really just out of place of confusion? Because there's nothing wrong with pointing it out unless you really are just trying to dismiss it because you just don't know about it. So get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy DJ Akademiks. I'm out.